That, my friend?
I wanted to work with someone that Michael would be comfortable with.
Try it.
You know, because sometimes you can get a brainwave and think, so-and-so would be great. Fellini, wow, yeah. Now he would be good. But I mean, you can think, and you get him, and he agrees to do it. But some of the chemistry can go wrong. So I knew Bob had worked with Michael. Bob Giraldi, who directed it, had worked with Michael. And so I thought, and I liked his work. I wanted to work with him. So it seemed to fit, yeah. He came over and he had this feeling of Michael and I working together, which is a kind of free feeling. He wanted to communicate this sort of freedom of, like, you know, Easy Rider, you know, get out.
Did the Say video cost $300,000?
Ouch. Why would I? Well, I don't want to talk about money less. I mean, it cost around that. Film is expensive. I know that young people that give you tapes and all would suggest that maybe it doesn't have to be quite as expensive as it is, but I am around a lot of, you know, kind of cameramen and the prop people and whatever. My film costs close to $100,000 a day, unless there's a good reason for it not. And Paul and Michael are superstars. We have to do things right. I think the video suggests that it's an expensive video. I think I'm getting around that subject as best I can, because it's not really for me to, I don't want to disclose what is not my...
It's in the press. I mean, it's in Time Magazine.
It's close.
It's in every
It's
newspaper.
close.
I mean,
it's probably a little more.
More than 300.
Who said that?
First time you've ever admitted that, you know. Forget the money. Okay, fine. You spent $327,000. But here you are on the set. You have these two superstars, Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney, and let's don't leave out Bob Giraldi. There's three pretty large egos. How was that?
It's phenomenal. I mean, that's an incredible experience. Paul has his camper and his entourage, and Michael has his camper and his entourage, and I have my camper and my entourage. And we came together beautifully. I've since made a statement in the press, which I don't think anybody was too pleased with, it, because it always gets edited in the press. I hope you know that there's only one star in my set, meaning that when time comes to work, right, there's no stars and no star catering. They do their job, I do my. They do their jobs, I do mine, and it's all business. By the way, I think one of the magical moments is when Paul puts shaving cream on Michael's face, and Michael didn't know that was coming. That was when Paul and I went over to the side and said, on this take, why don't you try just going right across your face and go onto him and see what happens. And the expression on Michael's face is so genuine, you know, one of those magic moments.
Following in the footsteps of Alfred Hitchcock, Giraldi turned up as a character in his own video.
Actually, that was a fun scene because I've never really been a performer before, and I'm watching the monitor to see the way it's going. And finally, they all said, "Bob, relax. Don't watch the monitor. Do what you do, and we'll take care of it." There really were no tough scenes. The crowd control was good. Michael and Paul were wonderful. The toughest scene actually was the last scene. Was going away because we were fighting. Anytime you fight the sunset light, you see, it's tough. Get dressed, come on, get Michael out of the camper with the tuxedo on. Paul's Paul ready? No, they're doing it. Linda's hair. You know, I mean, all those things are part of the process of making film. Let's go. The sun is dumping. I have 20 minutes left, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
I loved it, you know. And he's a great director, Bob. You know, he just tells you what to do, and you just get on with it.
I woke up about 3 weeks later and realized that I had just finished working with the musical history of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And that's exactly how I feel. The process of making film is very difficult. And it gets harder and harder and harder when you work with the bigger stars. It doesn't get easier. It looks magical because that's why they are superstars. But to get it all together and do it is difficult.